Hey, what's up everyone? My name is Chavito presenting to you all yet another Wii homebrew video, as I'm going to show you guys how to install BootMe and Freeloader on the homebrew channel. If you guys want to know more on how to do this, then be sure to stick around till the end of the video. And of course, this is going to be very long, so I'm going to be talking about a lot of things. And if you guys want to see more like this in the future, be sure to like this video, subscribe, and hit the bell. And if you guys have any questions regarding to the video, please let me know down in the comment section below. And now without any further ado, let's begin! So what exactly is BootMe? With BootMe, you can be able to back up your Wii system flash memory or the Wii's NAND onto your SD card and be able to restore it if your Wii ends up getting bricked. And it's always a good idea to make a backup regularly or before doing something risky to your Wii console. And with Freeloader, this will add another layer of protection on your Wii, and this is extremely important. You must be able to install Freeloader after installing the homebrew channel and BootMe. Why? Because A, you can be able to quickly launch the homebrew channel or whatever homebrew app you want. B, it offers extra brick protection, as I said before. And C, in case your Wii isn't in the event of getting bricked, you can quickly load the homebrew channel, launch BootMe, and restore your Wii's NAND off there. Now, some of you might be confused about what the word bricked means. So, what does the word bricked mean? In computer terms, bricked means your electronic device is no longer functional due to corrupted firmware, a physical hardware problem, or other types of hardware and/or software damage. And as far as homebrewing your Wii goes, this is very important for you to know this, because if you don't know what you're doing, this can be very dangerous and very difficult. And trust me, you really don't want that to happen. And that's why I always put out these warning disclaimers before we do any hacking or homebrewing of any kind for a very specific reason. Which reminds me, before we start this video, of course I want to give you guys a minute to warn you right now before we do this. Warning, I do not condone and do not support piracy. I also do not approve of sharing misleading or insensitive information to the public without proper consent and/or permission. If anything bad happens to your electronic device, please understand I am not responsible for any damages, so do not try doing this unless you know exactly what you're doing. This video is made for educational purposes only, and if you guys have any questions regarding to this video, please be sure to leave it in the comment section below. Thank you! So how do you install BootMe? The only way to do that is to load the HackMe installer. This could be done by either using the Letterbomb method or the Start to Hacks method. I have full videos showing you how to do that, and if you want to learn more, then go ahead and watch either one of those videos on the info card, or you can find them in the description below. Also, it is required to have an SD card before doing this, so make sure you have an SD card with at least 2 GB or up to the max of 32 gigs. Without an SD card, you cannot be able to install nor be able to use BootMe. Here's a sample picture that I got from Google. This will tell you if your Wii is able to install BootMe as a Boot 2 or as an iOS. And for those who are wondering, what's the difference between Boot 2 and iOS? Boot 2 is only available for earlier Wii consoles before 2008, and it offers the best brick protection, and it loads just before you start up the Wii system menu. And you can also launch the homebrew channel off from there as well. However, if your Wii console does not have Boot 2, then you will have no choice but to install BootMe as an iOS. And since the BootMe as an iOS doesn't offer you more protection other than Boot 2, that's what Freeloader is for. And I'll explain more about Freeloader later on. And now that we've broken down everything about those two, it's time to install BootMe. So we're going to install BootMe first, and then I'm going to show you how to install Freeloader. Alright, as you guys can see, I am here at the Wii menu, and I have my SD card inserted with the Homebrew channel already installed. If you want to know more on how to get the Homebrew channel, again, look at either of those previous videos I made on the info card or in the description below. For this video, I'm going to be using the letter bomb method. And since the Homebrew channel doesn't have BootMe yet, we're going to install BootMe. So I'm going to go to Wii message board and open the letter bomb envelope. And this will take me to the HackMe installer. And of course, I'm going to skip the part where it says, wait for 30 seconds in the text to say, and press 1 to continue, and once it does, press 1 to continue. And I'll see you guys from there. Alright guys, so I'm here at the HackMe installer, and this result is exactly just the same as the sample picture. And since I already have Homebrew installed, we're going to install BootMe. So here on my Wii, the results say I can be able to install BootMe as an iOS. And yours might be a little different. So in this case, we're going to install it as an iOS. Press continue and then go to BootMe. Now, once again, as I said before, if the Wii allows you to install BootMe as Boot2, install it as Boot2. If not, then install it as an iOS. It will then ask you to use your SD card. So have your SD card ready and press yes to continue. Give it a few minutes to mount your SD card, and it will write some files, and then it will ask you install bootme/iOS now at the bottom of the text. Press yes continue and wait till it's done. Once it's done, press continue and then return to the main menu and press exit. We did it! We installed BootMe. And before I show you how to install Preloader, I'm going to show you guys how to back up your Wii system flash memory. Now that we have finished installing BootMe, and before we continue with Preloader, we want to make a backup of the Wii system memory. So on the Homebrew channel, press the home button on your Wii remote, or if you have a GameCube controller, press the start button, and then launch BootMe. When you launch BootMe for the first time, it'll display 4 options: the Wii menu option, the Homebrew channel option, the SD card option, and the gear option. The BootMe menu can be navigated by using either the power button and the reset buttons on the console itself, or you can insert a GameCube controller and navigate. We are going to go to the gears icon, which is the last option. So press the power button 3 times until you get to the gears option, and then press reset to select. Now we are going to select the first option we see is the SD card with the green arrow. So press reset again, and then once you do that, leave the console alone and let it back up and verify the backup. It's okay if you see a bad block during the backing up process. It's totally normal, so you shouldn't worry about it too much. So once it finishes backup, you can exit, or if you want to verify its backup, you can wait for a little longer, but I highly recommend waiting for finishing backing up and verifying its backup just to play it safe here. So wait until it's done, and once it does, press any button to go back to the BootMe menu. Okay guys, so as you guys can see, my NAND is officially backed up and it verified its backup. So press any button to go back to the BootMe menu. And now press the power button 3 times until you get to the last option. Once you do that, it'll take you back to the very first page when you first launched BootMe. And then we want to go to the Homebrew channel. Press the power button once where it highlights the Homebrew channel option. And then press reset once, and then we will return to the Homebrew channel. Alright everyone, now that we backed up our Wii system memory, the NAND will be stored on an SD card, and if you want to make sure that this contents is saved, then inject your SD card onto your Wii, and be sure to back up those two files, the NAND's bin file and the keys binary file. Make sure you save those files somewhere on your computer, or you can save it on the cloud, just in case if your Wii ever gets bricked. This is very handy, and it's very important you do that. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you install BootMe and backing up your Wii's NAND. Now before we finish, let's install Preloader next. Here on the OpenShop channel, download Preloader and then save the file whenever you want to save it. And once you do have the save file downloaded, unzip the downloaded folder by using 7-zip or WinRAR, extract the contents, open up the Preloader folder, then copy the apps folder onto the root of your SD card. Inside that apps folder contains the data for Preloader and the other information. Once you're done, safely eject your SD card and then insert it back onto your Wii. Here's one thing I should mention. If you're planning to install Preloader using a USB drive, make sure you do not have an SD card inserted at the same time. Otherwise, this will cause Preloader to be unable to find the hash/hash.nii file. Now, once you launch the Homebrew channel on your Wii, open the Preloader app. Once you open Preloader for the first time, it'll ask you to do either three options. Press the plus sign or the A button on your GameCube controller to install/update Preloader. Press the minus sign or the Y button to uninstall Preloader and exit, or return to the Homebrew channel by pressing the home button or the start button. So we are going to install Preloader. Press the plus button, or if you have a GameCube controller inserted, press the A button to install Preloader. Once it's finished, press A again, or use either Wii Remote or GameCube controller to return to the Homebrew channel. And see? It was quick and easy, just like that. And now let's test out Preloader. So I'm going to shut down my Wii and we're going to turn it back on. So power off your Wii completely, or you can press home and then choose to shut down Wii, which will completely shut off the Wii. Check the LED on its console to see if it's red. That means the power is completely off. And once it's completely off, press the power button and then press and hold the reset button while turned on your Wii. This will access the Preloader menu. Alright, we're here in the Preloader menu, and there are a few things we need to do right here on the screen. According to the Wii Guide website, we need to enable these following system menu hacks: region free everything, block disk updates, and block online updates. So scroll down to system menu hacks, and then be sure to enable these options: region free everything, block disk updates, and block online updates. Scroll down to save settings, and once you reach the save settings, press A and then press B to go back to the main menu. And then once you're done, scroll to the Homebrew channel and press A to launch it. And that concludes the whole video. We installed BootMe, backed up the Wii's NAND, and I showed you guys how to use Preloader. And that's gonna do it for today's video. Before I end out this video, I actually want to show you one more thing. Here on the Wii Guides page, this shows you the do's and don'ts of modding your Wii. There are also some guidelines to ensure you do not break your Wii, so be sure to read this. The link will be in the description below. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching. Next week I'll make a video on how to install custom iOS on your Wii by using D2X CIOS installer. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you guys like this video and subscribe. And don't forget to turn on the bells. If you have any questions regarding this video, let me know down in the comment section below. And I'll see you guys again next time. See you all. Have a great day. Peace!